Hello students, I want us to continue from where we left. I want us to learn how to graph inequalities involving two variables x and y. How do you graph an inequality involving two variables x and y? First and foremost, like we already mentioned, for as long as you are still addressing the line, we should be using an equal sign. For as long as we are still talking about the line, do take note, we will not carry the inequality symbol, but rather work with an equal sign. So because we want to draw the line, we will have 2y minus x is equal to 4. Change this symbol temporarily to an equal sign. That is because we are still addressing the line. And I want that to be understood so well. For as long as you are still talking about the line, let it be an equal sign. Avoid the inequality symbol at all costs. So what do we have here? 2y minus x is equals to 4. What do? We will do a table for it. We will do a table for this equation. What table are we going to do? We want to consider any three random values of x. We all know that any time you are drawing a graph involving two variables x and y, then a table must be drawn. In this table, the values of x are picked at random, but please ensure these values of x will give you a value of y, which can be plotted without much trouble. In this particular case, allow me to consider the numbers -2, 0, and 2. Please take note, any other number could have worked. In my case, I have decided to consider the numbers -2, 0, and 2. I will start with the -2. How do we obtain the value of y? This -2 will be substituted in the place of x. So what will I have? I will have 2y minus, in the place of x, we will substitute the -2 is equals to 4. Please take note, a negative and a negative in mathematics should give a positive, is equals to 4. 2y is equals to, carry the 2 to the other side. 4 minus 2 should give us 2. Divide this by 2 and this one by 2. The value of y becomes 1. The value of y will become 1. Which takes us to the next number, that will be 0. I'll have 2y minus, in the place of the x substitute 0, is equals to 4. This will be 2y is equals to 4. Divide this by 2 and this one here by 2. The value of y becomes 2. So in my table, I will fix my 2 there. Which brings us to the last number. And the last number is 2. What do we do with the 2? I'll have 2y minus x. And in this case here, the x is 2, is equals to 4. This will be 2y. The negative 2 will cross to the other side of the equal sign to become 4. A negative number crossing to the other side should become a positive. 4 plus 2 should give us 6 is equals to 2y. Divide this by 2, this by 2. The value of the y becomes 3. What will we do after this? The values of x, not the values of x I mean, but the values in the table will then be plotted. Negative 2 against 1, negative 2 against 1, 0 against 2, then 2 against 3. After you have plotted your values in that manner, the student will then be required to take his or her ruler, then join the points. Do take note, the line should be broken. The points will be joined with a broken line. The points will then be joined using a broken line in that manner. What then will we have? Which side then are we going to shade as the unwanted region? Please follow me well. We will pick a point at random, any point of your choice, any point of your choice. Allow me to go for the point 2, 2. Do take note, a student is allowed to pick any other point. The point 2, 2 is just a point which I've decided to go for. But understand that you are allowed to go for any other point other than 2, 2. But please take note, again, when picking a point, a student is not allowed to pick a point where the line is passing through. You are allowed to pick any other point, but the point must not be a point falling on our line. It must be a point either on the lower side of the line or on the upper side of the line. What then do we do with the point you have chosen? I will go with the point which I've chosen here. The point I've chosen here is the point 2, 2. The x-coordinate is 2 and the y-coordinate is 2. This is our y-axis, remember. This is our y-axis. The point I've chosen is 2, 2. To mean the x-coordinate is 2 and the y-coordinate is equally 2. How then are we going to work with this point? We will substitute these values in this inequality. We will substitute those values in this inequality. What will we do? In the place of y, we will substitute 2. And in the place of x, we will again substitute the same number 2. Is greater than 4. What will be 2 times 2? That should be 4. Minus 2 is greater than 4. And 4 minus 2 should give us 2 is greater than 4. We will then ask ourselves a question. Is it true that 2 is greater than 4? It is false to say that 2 is greater than 4. Ideally, 2 should be less than 4. So the resulting inequality I'm getting is mathematically false. When it is false, what does it communicate? It communicates that the region where our 2, 2 came from is unwanted or does not satisfy the inequality. Reason is because what you are getting from it is false. 2 cannot be greater than 4. Mathematically, 2 should be less than 4. That is to communicate that what I'm getting here is mathematically false. And because it's mathematically false, what does it mean? It means that the region where 2 is coming from is unwanted. Or the region where 2 is coming from does not satisfy the inequality. Therefore, the region where 2 is coming from will be shaded because it is unwanted. The region where 2 is coming from will be shaded because it is unwanted. I hope that has been understood. That will take us to the next example. Hoping that this has been understood, that will take us to the next example. Please do remember, my question was instructing us to shade the unwanted region. The unwanted region in this particular case is the region which does not satisfy the inequality. That will take us to the next example. Let's consider this example. Allow me to change this to less than. Allow me to change this one here to less than. So we have got 2y plus 3x is less than 5. How do we graph the inequality 2y plus 3x is less than 5? How will we graph this inequality? Like I said, the key thing here is, let's start by obtaining the line. In order to obtain the line, or when addressing the line, or when you are talking about the line, this inequality symbol should be changed to an equal sign. Temporarily, the inequality symbol will be changed to an equal sign. We will then do a table. Do take note, the values of the table are usually picked at random. Randomly. Let's pick any 3 numbers. Allow me to go for -1. Allow me to go for 1. Then go for the number 3. 3 numbers is always enough. We will start with the -1. When x is -1, what will our y become? 2y plus 3 times -1 is equal to 5. In the place of the x, we will substitute the -1. 2y. What is 3 times -1? -3 is equal to 5. The 3 will cross over to the other side. 2y will be equal to 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3. And that should give us 8. Divided by 2, the value of the y would become 4. Bringing us to the next number 1. I want us again to substitute 1 in the place of x. So I'll have 2y plus 3. Where we have x, we will substitute the number 1 is equal to 5. 3 times 1 should give us 3 is equal to 5. The 3 will cross to the other side. 2y should give us 5 minus 3. So 2y should give us 2. Divided by 2, the value of y will become 1. So the y here becomes 1. Hoping that you are moving with me, do the 3 for yourself. the value of the y should give you -2. Please confirm if that is true. What do we do after we have done our table? We will then plot these points. What are the points? -1 against 4, 1 against 1, and 3 against -2. What will we do then? This will then, you will then take your ruler, then join the points using a broken line. Do take note, the line should be broken. The line should be broken. That is our line. 2y plus 3x is equal to 5. This is the line 2y plus 3x is equal to 5. Bringing us to the last phase, how will we then, which side will we then shade? To decide on the region you want to shade, like I already mentioned, pick any point at random. The point is supposed to be picked randomly. But please remember, the point you'll be picking must never be a point lying on the line. The point must either come from the other side or this other side of the line. Let's take, for instance, I decide to go for the point 0, 0, the point which we usually refer to as the origin, 0, 0. Let's go for the point 0, 0. What do you do with the point 0, 0? I will come to my inequality. In the place of the y, we will substitute the 0. And in the place of x, we will again substitute 0. Then argue that it is less than 5. 2 times 0 should give us 0. And 3 times 0 should give us 0. So the whole of this side here would be 0. It's less than 5. 0 is less than 5. Then ask yourself a question. Is it mathematically true or false that 0 is less than 5? It is mathematically true. It is true that 0 is less than 5. So if it is true, what does this imply? This implies that the region where 0, 0 is coming from, this other side of the line, satisfies the inequality. So this will be called the unwanted region. This will be called the unwanted region. And like the question instructed us, we will shade the region which is unwanted. You remember, the question asked us to shade the unwanted region. In other words, the region which does not satisfy the inequality. I hope you understood this one here. Have a nice time.